This past week was Coming Out Week here at UWSP, and Centertainment and GSA were proud to bring to campus Shane Bitney Crone, an LGBT activist, filmmaker, and public speaker. Shane brought with him a message of hope, love, and equality to students here at UWSP.
I just hope that when I come and I speak at campuses, I hope that a lot of young people realize that they have a lot of power to make a difference, and not just on their campus, but within the community. And so, of course, I wish people could be at every event that I go to, but I know that that's not always possible because in college you guys have like a million things going on.
During our interview, Shane also said that after his film Bridegroom was released, he's seen a significant change in our country, but said we still have a long way to go.
The country's changed a lot. It was kind of like one state after another was legalizing same-sex marriage, and then the Supreme Court ruled in favor of marriage equality nationwide, so that was huge. But as much progress as there's been, it seems like the whole 3 steps forward, 10 steps back kind of thing, because there's been a significant increase in hate crimes being reported across the country over the past several months. Like, I didn't know that in the United States, gay and bisexual men are still unable to legally donate blood, and I didn't realize, before I became an activist, I didn't know that in many states you can be fired just for being gay. In many states, conversion therapy is still legal, which essentially is usually young people who are forced into a treatment to try to fix them, which often just leads to suicide. So there's still a lot of areas that we need to focus on, and a lot of, especially young people who are still just scared to come out and to be who they are.
And while we have a long way to go, I asked Shane what advice he could give someone that might have a negative perspective towards the LGBT community.
I encourage everyone just to reach out to people who are different than them and just give other people a chance to share their stories, or just share their truth, and just to hear another perspective, because I think so often when we meet someone who's different that we haven't been exposed to, for people that never have met a gay person, that they have these ideas of what they're like, when I found that so often people are surprised that once they just give someone a chance and get to know them, that they realize they're not that different. And so I just really encourage people to have conversations and be open and just listen, and not be ready to just respond and react.
And while this past week was Coming Out Week, Shane touched on the issue that many people are still not ready or comfortable to come out. He wants them to know they are not alone.
I mean, it's interesting because I hear a lot of people say that, to all young people out there who are in the closet, just come out, just do it, your life will get better. And unfortunately, it's not that simple, because I meet so many young people who are in high school or in college who still have the support from their parents, who risk losing that support if they do come out. And I don't think it's necessarily a situation of just any time is the right time. I think that people really have to listen to themselves and see what situation they're in to see if it's safe for them to come out. But, to all the people who are struggling, I hope that they can remember that although it's scary and they risk having people turn on them, including their family, that still there are millions of people out there who do support them and accept them.
I asked Shane if there was just one message people could get from his story, what would it be?
One thing would just be to encourage people to love themselves, because I think that's something that I've really struggled with for most of my life, and just not feeling worthy of love from myself or especially anyone else. But I think another important thing I want people to take away is just that life is so fragile and unpredictable, and it's cheesy and cliche to say tomorrow's never promised, but it's not. And I hope people realize that if they haven't lost someone unexpectedly, to really just focus on the people in your life that are important to you and let them know that you love them, because you might not have that chance.